to head coach Greg Gattuso, and he joins us in studio every Wednesday here on Big Board Sports. Good morning, Coach.
Morning, Roger and Zach.
And I guess you say congratulations to you despite the loss. I mean, I know you don't like the moral victories, but that was a heck of a football game. I mean, no matter how you look at it.
I look at it, our kids, they really played their tails off. I thought we got Richmond kind of to play our game a little bit, and we had opportunities to win. I think, losing Z. Roberson in the early third quarter really set us back, and we started to recover late. But you got to give the kids credit. They battled against a really good football team, and no, we don't take moral victories. But when you look at the whole overall where we're at in our development in the program and in this type of league with the fan, our support is multiplied by a great deal since the first year that I was here, and the buzz in the community is great. And I think people are starting to look at us as Albany's team, not just UAlbany. So that's a good thing. And hopefully we could continue to play well enough to get them to come to the games.
Yeah, the tailgating prior was phenomenal. Awesome. The best we've ever had. Yep. I can use the word "we" a little bit because I'm employed by the University of Albany.
You've been calling games for 20 years,
right?
Man.
I don't like the "we" word, but that's
not
okay.
in the broadcast.
Not in the broadcast. But anyway, the best we've had. I mean, the homecoming certainly helps. Homecoming always draws a big crowd, but there was just a little extra buzz going on. And it was nice weather, 3:30 kick. The tailgating, the Great Dane game day has really taken off with music and the students coming down and swiping their cards and getting their food and having a good time. And I had former players coming up to me, I'm like, oh yeah, I did call you. Yeah, I remember you. And they were all pumped up about the program and where it's at. I had a ton of former players, that, had played for Bob Ford that I've gotten to know, doing the games over the years that were just really pumped about where this program is at right now, that's what you want.
Yeah. The alumni have been great. And Friday night at the Hall of Fame dinner for, that Bob Ford was, inducted with some other, greats at Albany. I talked to a bunch of the alumni that, the big hitters and small hitters and all the different people that are associated with the program. And they've been great. They're excited about where we're at and they want to know what they can do to help. And we just want to continue to build what we're doing. I feel like we're out ahead of this thing a little bit and, we've got to keep growing. We're still got a youth and, size disadvantage, but we're really closing the gap. And we went toe to toe with probably one of the best teams in the league, and we need to continue to do that every week.
All right. So take us through the third third overtime. You score, you got to go for two, right? So they score, go for two, fumble. UAlbany recovers. UAlbany gets the ball back. It's like a 4th and 3 for UA. Sussman's at quarterback. Crockett is wide open in the end zone, but how difficult of a throw was that for your quarterback? Because I know the pressure was on. Give me a little what was going on there for the fan who was at that game or watched it on television.
It was a run pass option play that we had run earlier for a touchdown, and we ran it 4 times in a game. It was very successful, and it's set up to handle both zone and run and blitz. And we knew we kind of figured they were going to come after him, and we had Crockett wide open. It wasn't even close, but the problem was we just didn't get our protection where it needed to get, and he had to make a throw before it was ready, and so he had to throw it out there because he got hit. Kid had a 12-yard run at him, full speed, hit him when he threw it, and the courage of standing there and take that shot as he's standing there looking at it coming says a lot about the kid, and he just overthrew it a little bit. I think if he puts it on him a little more, it's a touchdown, and we go. We're going in to try to win the game, going for 2. So. It's tough, but that's part of the growth. And he made a lot of good throws. He ended up, stats were a little off. We got him corrected. He ended up 13 for 32. We had a few drops in there from big plays that could have really made a difference in the game. But that's what it is when you're dealing with, it happens. And, I think Nevin played a really good game and, ran the ball well, ran the offense well, and played really tough.
With such a close loss like that, Coach, and with so many eyeballs on the game, you're going to have, retroactive, hey, we should have did this. As a head coach, being in those moments live where you got to make those split decisions, and now looking back at it a couple days later, was there anything in the game that you would have changed, given the perspective that you now have, or would you have done everything the same?
Well, there was a couple situations where, on the one play where there was a play in the game that, I didn't communicate well enough to my assistant to get a play run that I wanted, and we ran something else. I tried to call a timeout in the first overtime. The referee would not give me the timeout, which is very rare. I was literally out top of the numbers screaming at him, trying to get a timeout because we didn't want the play to go off. So that was a play I wish I could have back. I really do, because I think, I thought we had a better, I would have liked to have called timeout and set it up a little better, but the referee wouldn't give it to us. So, which is, like I said, is very rare. And I thought, the biggest one for myself that I would have back, or I don't know that I'd take it back. I think that it's more a question of, in the moment, you analyze. That night I was distraught. I felt like it was my fault, and when I could have easily at the end spiked the ball, try to get the ball a little closer for the kicker. That's the one that that I spent 12 hours of agony over after the game. But the thought process there is I save it down in case we get a bad snap. There's a lot of things we were trying to do there. We had the ball in the middle of the field. But in hindsight, I would have probably spiked the ball, threw one more, and then kicked the ball, ran it and kicked it. Running
because he had made one from 45.
Well, the 45-yard he made would have been good from 55. And I have faith in Ethan. And it was a calm. The wind had died. It was right in the middle. I felt really good about it. So I try not to second guess those things. But as human nature is, you beat yourself up over things like that. But and I'm sure believe me, there's a multitude of times in a game that you'd love to have one back, but in the heat of the moment, if we get sacked there, then, we're out of field goal range. If we throw an interception, we're out.
And then you second guess yourself on that too.
Yeah. So
right.
I knew, I had those options available. We've talked about it quickly. My coaches do a really good job of throwing stuff out there to me, but I made a conscious decision to do it that way, and it just didn't work out.
So here's the big question now. Great football game, hyped, 36-30, unbelievable. Now you got to turn it around, make sure your team's in the right frame of mind to go a long bus trip to Maine and play a good football team on Saturday. What's your thoughts on that?
Yeah, Maine's really good. I just got done watching, all their stuff, and they're a good football team, and they could make noise in this league. We're going to have to go play a great football game up there, and we need to continue to play our game. We're a little beat up, and I think, that's a little bit of an issue, but, we practiced really well yesterday, a lot of enthusiasm. The kids are excited about the trip. They know that Maine is a rival, and that, they came in last year and really beat us up on our own field. So, we respect them. We know what kind of program they have, and, they're 1-1 in the CAA, and we're 1-1 in the CAA. So, it's a big game for both of us.
Coach, good luck to you. Always a pleasure. We'll have the Coach's Show TV side to record today as soon as we leave here over at the Recovery Sports Grill. That'll play at 11:30 on My 4, and then we'll have the call right here on 104.5. Zach and I with the pregame show starting at 11:30. Good luck, Coach.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Greg Gattuso every Wednesday right here on Big Board Sports.